Yo everybody, welcome back to a brand new PTCGO video. Today guys, we're looking at the second place World Championship deck idea. I say idea because I'm not going to be making a video on the actual list itself because there's no point. It was pre-rotation. Pre-rotation is pretty much over. At this point, there's no point in making any videos on pre-rotation, so there's no point at this point. So I'm just going to make a video on this Garbodor Golisopod deck post-rotation, because that's going to be the most important idea for this deck. So, I don't like Garbodor Trash Lanch. I think it is ridiculous, I think it's cheesy, I think it's overpowered, and I think it creates a toxic gaming environment. But, I have to give credit where credit is due when a unique deck idea pops up. I mean, I'm one for making unique decks. I love unique decks. I'd rather watch a tournament where there's like someone playing a crazy rogue idea than watching Gardevoir versus Garbodor any day, because that gets boring. There's no point. You've seen it a million times. But this is insane. This is an exciting deck. This makes me actually like Garbodor. Not really. I don't like Espeon Garb. I don't like Drampa-Garb. But Golisopod Garb is such a cool idea. There's so much G's in the top 8. There was Golisopod Garb. There's Golisopod Garb and Garbodor. The three main Pokemon that took the top 2 spots on the Worlds in Masters both had G's in their name. Both started with G. That's insane. G's took over Worlds this year. Take that in. I find that kind of funny. So you already know what this deck is about. It's been showcased on stream. You use Golisopod-GX, which has First Impression, which if this Pokemon was on your bench, became your active Pokemon this turn, does 90 damage, so you can do 120, not too bad. You have Armor Press 2, for a Grass and a DC, you can swing for 100, and then, of course, you take 20 less damage from attacks, which is really relevant sometimes. But the big thing with First Impression, it has a lot of early game pressure. A lot of decks are a little slower, you know, you got Gardevoir, you got Drampa, Metagross, you got Gardevoir Metagross, you got even like stage 1 base decks too can be a little slow if you go first, because then they can't get that Pokemon down right away. So First Impression can take really big picks early game, it can put a lot of early pressure on something. Then you have Armor Press, which could be a really good tanking attack, and then you have Crossing Cut GX. Which could be a really good way to take the game or take a huge knockout out of nowhere, because it does 150, 180 with a choice band, so 180 damage can take out a Lele or like a Drampa or something like that, something in the way that you can one-shot with Crossing Cut, so that's really good. So Golisopod is one of the most solid GXs we have right now that are stage 1s. It's really powerful, and there's no surprise that it did so well at Worlds. It didn't win, but you know what, it still performed super good. I mean, Garbodor Golisopod was like a secret Japan deck, I think, and then obviously it brought it to Worlds, came out of nowhere. No one would be expecting Garbodor Golisopod to win. Everyone, or even, well, it didn't win, but you get my point, right? It did really well. No one was expecting to see this deck, I think, and that's what really kind of gave the deck a bit of momentum. Everyone was expecting Gardevoir, Metagross, Volcanion, Kiawe, Garbodor variants, maybe a bit of Greninja, a bit of Rayquaza, you know, a bit of Zoroark Drampa, and then, you know, they come out of nowhere with Golisopod Garbodor and almost wins Worlds. That's insane. Honestly, I wish this deck did win Worlds, because it is still technically a rogue deck, whether you like to look at it or not. Nobody was expecting Golisopod. Everyone would have seen Golisopod Zoroark, Golisopod Evolutions, even Golisopod Lurantis promo, not Golisopod Garbodor. It's insane. And obviously we have our Garbodors. We have Trash Lanch, which can be a very big punishing attack in the late game to take big wins with Trash. We even can use Acid Spray for playing against a Decidueye or something like that. And then we have Garbotoxin, which was the big focal point to this deck. Trash Lanch is cool and all, but Garbotoxin was the big MVP of this deck. Being able to shut down abilities was huge in the game, because it shut down Octillery, it shut down Gardevoir, and it shut down big things like Metagross, Tapu Lele, obviously Volcanion, just big Pokemon that could get in the way for this type of deck. It shut down those abilities completely, and it forces your opponent to have to dig for Field Blower. But this deck plays 4 Float Stones, so it's like not even a big issue. Plus you have Choice Band and Guzma, so it's like you don't have to worry about putting, you know, a tool that isn't Float Stone on Garbodor to activate Garbotoxin. So Garbodor was the MVP. Technically it's a Garbotoxin Golisopod deck. Trash Lanch is a bit of a tech. In fact, I think one of the lists that made top 8 only played 1 Trash and 2 Garbotoxin. So it's more of a Garbotoxin Golisopod deck, not a Trash Lanch Golisopod deck, so thank God. But we do play 2 Trash Lanch because you might as well. And then, of course, the deck played Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko was a huge player. You can even see that Tapu Koko comes in clutch for me a few times in the games I get. Flying Flip is a very good attack, but the main thing with Koko that makes it so good is its free retreat. You know, when you play Guzma, which allows you to keep using First Impression all the time, you can go into Flying Flip Koko and then bring out the Golisopod. But then with all the Float Stones, it's a really good thing to have Float Stone and Guzma and Koko. So Koko not only provides a good attacker in the early games to maybe start taking easy prizes on Beldums and Vulpixes and stuff like that, but then you of course have Guzma, which you can use to go into your Tapu Koko. So Koko serves a good purpose. Again, one of the lists did play 2 instead of 1, but the second place list I think only played 1. One of the lists played Drampa, but I still find Drampa to be good. Obviously the second place deck I don't think played Drampa in it, but we're still going to play it because post-rotation I think Drampa would be a good addition. You have Berserk and Righteous Edge, which are very good. You already play Rainbow Energy, so you might as well take advantage of it with Berserk. Righteous Edge is very good too to, you know, kind of get your opponent going. You know, it's like, rip, I lose DC, you know, there you go. Righteous Edge can be very, very deadly. So we got one Drampa. We got our 4-3 Golisopod. Wimpod is very good too. Wimp out during your first turn. This Pokemon has no retreat. It can be very nice to, you know, wimp out, retreat into like Koko, wall behind Koko for a bit until you can build a Golisopod. That seems how that works. We got our 2 Leles. Wonder Tag is very clutch in this deck to grab your Guzmas and your Acerolas. Even though you can't use it when Garbodor is in play, it's still good anyways in the early game. Plus Energy Drive is a solid attack. And if you're super desperate without crossing cutting, you can use Tapu Gear to fully heal your Golisopods. That could be a nice play. So all the Pokemon serve a big purpose in this deck. It's a very good deck. We're going to play Acid Spray just to go along with the theme of the whole like energy discarding with Drampa and Garbodor. I even played Enhanced Hammer in this list originally, but I took it out and I was like, don't need it. So those are all of our Pokemon. Some other techs I guess you could add. Maybe you could add Magearna. I know Magearna was in one of the lists. I played like Multi-Switch and Magearna. That's a bit more of a techier version. This is like the straightforward beat-em-up version that doesn't have like crazy techs in it like the Magearna was. So that's that. You can even play Oricorio, wouldn't be bad either. I know Vespiqun's rotating, but Oricorio can be good in the late game too, to snipe stuff that's already taking damage. Because again, First Impression and Armor Press do not one-shot a lot of the time, so that's why. We go into the tools. 2 blowers, it helps us out with Garbodor's Trash Lance, because we get rid of 2 tools, adds 40 more damage to Trash Lance. It's also good, sometimes you might even have the Field Blower off Garbotoxin to play Lele. That play, honestly, almost popped up for me in a few games. 1 Heavy Ball. Everything in this deck, really, that, you know, has big retreat is, of course, Golisopod, Wimpod, and Garbodor Trash Lance, Garbodor, Garbotoxin. So a Heavy Ball just searches out for our Pokemon. We can even play 2, you know, and then we don't have to do Ultra Balls, so maybe that could be considered. We can play 2 Heavy Balls in this list. That wouldn't be too bad, actually. I'd consider 2 Heavy Balls if you want. We do play our 1 Rescue Stretcher to get back our Pokemon. We got 1 Special Charge. Since we do kind of rely on DCEs and Rainbows quite a lot, we might as well run 1 Special Charge. You never know if you're playing against Drampa, or if something with Enhanced Hammers or Flare Guns, you might as well play Special Charge in the list. 4 Ultra Balls to search out our Pokemon. 2 Acerolas. You can Acerola with Rainbow Energy on Golisopod, fully heal it, bring out a new Wimpod, and then evolve that if you played the Wimpod the turn before. That's a huge play that you can do, so that's why Acerola is really good. We do play 1 Brigette just to fill up our bench early game. It's very, very good. It's one of the best early game supporters in the entire game right now. 3 Guzmas to kind of use Golisopod. You might even want to run 4 in this deck, but that's, I think, a little overkill. You already have Acerola, so you don't really need that many Guzmas, but 4, you know, could be good. Escape Rope could also be a really clutch card in this deck if you want to. 4 Ends for our draw support, 4 Sickas for draw support. VS Seeker's gone, so we might as well play the 4-4. We do play 1 Skyla. You can always use Skyla, you know, grab a Float Stone, Garbotoxin. You can use Skyla to grab like a Field Blower, do 40 damage with Trash Lance. Skyla for Heavy Balls, search out Golisopod. You know, Skyla for Choice Band to Crossing Cut to knock out a Lele. That could be nice. Of course, we got our 3 Choice Bands to do more damage. 4 Float Stones, maxing them out because Field Blower is such a big card, and it's really good to have because you can even Float Stone Golisopod and, you know, free retreat into a new Golisopod on the bench and First Impression, keep a combo going. 4 DCEs, so we can use Drampa, Lele, Koko, and of course Golisopod's other attacks. 4 Rainbow Energy, so that we can use Garbodor. It also synergizes nicely with Drampa, and 4 Golisopod. And we play 2 basic grass, just because if you play against Noivern or Drampa, you definitely need this. This came in clutch in one of the matches I got, so grass energy is good. I considered running 3, but I was like, yeah, you don't really need 3 grass, I don't think. I think you can get away with running 2 grass energies over 3. It's up to you, though, if you want to run more than 2. But yeah, this is the Golisopod Garbodor list that I have built here for post-rotation. Such an exciting deck, and I'm glad a deck like this did well at Worlds. Even though it's Garb and I don't like Garb, if it's a unique take on Garbodor no one's ever looked at before, hey, I'll take it any day over another like Drampa-GX deck, taking second place. So yeah, let's go find some matches with this. Let's see it in action on PTCGO and see why this deck took second place. I'll see you guys in just a sec. Alright, let's go find a match with our deck. We're probably going to play against a few pre-rotation decks. People are probably still playing that. You might even just play that just because you get such an advantage. I guess it's a decent way to grind the ladder if you put it that way, because you might play against somebody without a pre-rotation deck, and then you get a huge advantage with BS Seeker and Level Ball and Rough Seas. So hope it's not the case. We're playing against KNBNS. We'll see what he's running. I saw Dragon and Psychic, so I'm assuming it's going to be Noivern with maybe Garbodor, like Noivern, something else. Probably Noivern Garb. Noivern's attack could be annoying if it does shut down our special energy, force us to play grass. But I think we're okay. I mean, if it's double Dragon Noivern, we have Drampa, which really slows him down, so we might be okay this match. So we're going to get a Wimpod start. And we have an okay hand here. If we're playing against Garb, though, I might Ultra Ball just for Lele. Because I don't really want to, play all these items with Sycamore. If we're playing against Garb, obviously, you want to try and play it safe, not play as many items. So, probably going to Lele for Ultra Ball. We could, I guess, maybe Ultra Ball for another Wimpod, and I guess try and play it, risk it, and then hope next turn we can get a first impression off on our bench or something like that. Float the active. Maybe. I did take quite a while there, by the way. Sorry about that, but I think that'll be the play we can do. Feels like a decent play. Or, I guess, Lele for Brigette. It depends. Brigette might be better, but you never know. It might be nicer to get an extra energy on the board, just in case. If he is playing Noivern, he might be playing Hammers. If you're playing Hammers, we have to watch out for that. Plus, we can maybe try and get special energy in play before Noivern's second attack hits the field. So, it is what it is. He's going to start with a Noibat, of course. He isn't playing the one from Breakthrough. I don't know. I know he's not playing the one that gets rid of energy, which might not be good for my boy, because obviously that's a huge player. Especially when we're relying on special energy. I kind of feel bad that he's not playing the other Noibat. He is weak to lightning, so I think we can maybe go Koko. One play I could do is like flying flip him, and 40 the active, 20 the bench, Guzma out, and thing on the bench, and then knock out the one we just hit for 40, and then knock out the one we hit for 20 for 40. That could be a fun little play we could do. We could take 2 prizes with Koko. We are going to see Lele go down. He has played Knightem 2, and he's going to end me. Alright, so the Brigette play is no longer going to happen, but we are going to see an end here from my opponent, and I mean, it doesn't really matter what I get. We're playing a bit of a stage 1 build, so we're obviously going to have to wait and see what we get off this end. I mean, that's not bad, I guess. Ooh, this is actually good. We can fly and flip him here, so I'm going to do that. We're obviously going to grab Brigette. We can even get some Garbs down. We got Trash in our hand. Okay, we'll see what the best thing to grab here. We could grab Garb, try and shut down his abilities, depending on what kind of build this is. Might be better just to grab Wimpod, Koko, and Trubbish. But, I am kind of feeling double Garb. Just being able to Garb him is pretty nice. I don't know. I think we just grab, we grab 1, 2, 3. That seems fine. 2 Wimpods is good to have in play. We can set up Acerola plays. Or, if he knocks out my active or something. I don't know. Oh, Rainbow. Never mind. It looks like I do it a turn before. Kind of a weird play by me. I should have probably have flying flipped. Pre-recorded match. The reason I do pre-recorded games, some of the complaints I got on the video where I kind of talked about, whole depression thing was like, some complaints were like, oh, maybe if you, try to be less complaining, your videos would be more enjoyable. So I find pre-recording games is better than doing them live sometimes, because you pre-record matches, I'm not going to be salty. I could just talk as normal as I want. But we are going to go flying flip here. We even have the Guzma play that we want to do for next turn also. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we can fly and flip him. We'll be able to take 2 prizes next turn, and we'll be looking good. This white Koko is good. Not only is it something good to bring out that as a free retreat to use first impression with Guzma, but you can also see it's really helping me here with flying flip and being able to kind of spread damage on the board. Like when you're playing against a deck that uses stage 2s and stage 1s, early flying flips are really good. Not to mention you can finish stuff off. So you can see Koko working. We're going to see a Lysander on Garb, but it doesn't matter. We can even knock him out with Garb Found Energy because he's got an item in the discard. We even talked like a Float, but we're obviously going to do the Guzma play here, so we'll hit him with a flying flip. We are taking 2 prizes here. Not really the end of the world for my opponent. Depends if he's playing pre-rotation, which, okay, never mind, he is. Lysander, that's right. Duh. I keep forgetting that. I swear. Okay, he's definitely playing pre-rotation, so Double Dragon is in the deck, so Drampa looks like it's going to be happening, but, I mean, even if he does that, he's not locking me out of Special Energy. We can even try and cross and cut him, though, next turn, too. We can Choice Band, Wimpod, we can try hit DC, cross and cut the Noivern, and just knock it out immediately. That could be a really good play. We're going to see a Rescue Stretcher for Noibat. Alright, see what else my opponent's got here. Field Blower. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with only getting one Float Stone. Looks like he's Sycamoring then. Unless he's trying to burn it out of his hand, but he's got to be Sycamoring here. He plays Garbotoxin, alright. Looks like, ooh, he loses Double Dragon, so it's definitely pre-rotation. Confirmed 100% that he isn't just playing Bystander because he doesn't want Guzma. But he is actually conceding the match. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. It looks like we are going to get a quick win there. I guess we showed off how deadly Tapu Koko can be. And wow, we got 149 coins, meaning we're going to be pretty close to being able to buy a Burning Shadow pack. Maybe if we get another win streak, we can maybe be able to get that other Burning Shadow pack. So maybe we can do 2 Burning Shadow packs for today's video. We're going to be getting Dodrio. I've always found Dodrio to be an interesting card. Maybe you can use Dodrio in Golisopod, I don't know. But let's find another match for the deck in just a sec. Okay, game number 2 with Garb. And that game went okay. We showed off Koko. We didn't even get to use Golisopod, so obviously we're going to need to find a match or two where we use Golisopod and we don't just spam Koko all game. We might even show up Garbodor. Either or would be nice. We're going to be, looks like we're up against a mirror match, but without Koko from the looks of it. So, I'm guessing it's a mirror match. I mean, you never know. We'll see. Hoping it's not, to be honest, but that's interesting. We actually get a really good hand here. We got Lele for Brigette. No, what am I saying? We got Brigette in our hand. We have Rainbow, we got DCE. We have a pretty lit hand. We'll see what we're up against. My opponent's going to open with a Fomantis. Alright, looks like we're going to be up against Lurantis something. Lurantis Bulu, Lurantis Promo Bulu, Lurantis Golisopod. We'll find out. We are going to see an early Ultra Ball getting rid of 2 items with a third being the Ultra Balls. So, right off the bat, he's dumping a few items in the discard pile. And, yeah, he's grabbing Bulu. Alright, that's fine. Thank you for putting 60 damage on the board. And we see bodybuilding dumbbells and a choice band, so 80 damage, not bad. And he's enemy. Oh no. We had such a good hand. So that's a pretty big start, but that's fine. Looks like he's playing Lurantis with bodybuilding dumbbells as like a bit of an interesting tech option, giving Lurantis like 250 HP, which is pretty tanky. We're going to Ultra Ball here and just grab Wimpod. Yeah, it's fine. We could go Koko, but I think it's better to Wimpod him here. Just get an energy on and then try and crossing cut or, you know, armor press Lurantis. Set up a KO there. Seems good. We'll Float Stone Trubbish and we'll Sycamore. Funny enough, I went to this place called Canada's Wonderland the other day, and we drove by a street called Sycamore Street. I was gonna get a picture, but I had the aux cord in, so I didn't want to cancel music. I'm gonna Ultra Ball for Golisopod now. I kind of regret doing that. But whatever, we'll grab Golisopod here, I guess. Sure, save it for next turn. We have Guzma, so we can maybe Guzma out, you know, maybe the Bulu? If not, we can obviously just put Rainbow Energy on and retreat Lele, if it comes down to that. We still have Special Charge. So I don't think Special Charge is in the other list. We are going to see a Professor Sycamore, though. So, looks like he's going to try and, I guess, just hit me for 60. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't have any energy in the discard pile, which is pretty big, too. So he's not going to be able to build anything up this turn. It's just a solid 80 damage. But Garbodor looks like Garbotoxin is going to be a huge focal point here. Being able to make him do 20 less damage is going to be pretty huge, especially with Armor Press, so this could be good. Okay, we got Acerola, that's fine. Now, question is, do I Trash Lanch him? Do I put Trash Lanch down, or do I hold it for either Rescue Stretcher or Ultra Ball or Heavy Ball for Garbotoxin? I think Garbotoxin is the better weight. We can slow down Lele and we can slow down the Lurantis promo. Seems good. I'm just going to drop Lele, see what's in the deck. Kind of wish I didn't get rid of Brigette there last turn. Shouldn't have done that. Whatever. I would have been such better off to Brigette here. Regret doing that, but you know, it's not the end of the world. I think we can Lele for nothing. Something really to grab. But I'm going to put it down so I have something to put the energy to. Because it looks like I'm going to try and Garbotoxin. And I doubt he plays Hammer, so yeah, might as well just Lele. Because I don't want to put a Rainbow Energy on a Garbodor with Garbotoxin. We can build up Lele and build up some good damage with Lele, I guess. Lele could be a good, you know, attacker here. Question is, do I want to Trash Land? But again, I want to save for Garbotoxin. So yeah, we'll attach to Lele, and we can first impression him for a 120 damage attack. Unfortunately, he's going to survive with 10 HP when we do another first impression. So that kind of sucks. But maybe we can Guzma, knock out Lurantis, or just get damage on what's-his-face, Bulu if we want. So we see a Shauna of all cards. I don't know, is Shauna even in the new format? I honestly don't know. I think got reprinted. And Max Elixir, and ooh, another one. Is it going to hit? If it does, this could be big. And wow, 2 Max Elixir whiffs in a row. I kind of feel bad for my opponent because he probably plays like maybe 10 or 11 energy in this list. So that kind of sucks. Looks like we just see energy on Bulu and just a 60 damage attack. And yeah, it looks like Golisopod's taking a hit. Let's see what we top deck. Choice Band. Ooh, this is perfect. We can't do Guzma though and kind of knock out the active, obviously. So I think it's best to Sycamore here and try to get more Golisopods down. You never know, my opponent could easily pull off more Max Elixirs, switch, something like that, knock out Golisopod, and then we're going to be forced to attack with Lele, and he's probably not going to have any damage on him. So I think we Sycamore here. We can find Rest Stretcher, get back both Garbs. And okay, we got Stretcher. We didn't find any other basics, but that's not too bad. We have Ultra Ball. I might save it for Lele though, not going to lie. So I think we'll just Stretcher back both Garbs. Both Garbs seem good here. He's played quite a few items already. So Garbodor, Trash Lane is going to be pretty nice. Plus Garbotoxin makes him do less damage. And we'll save the Ultra Ball for Lele. So we'll just hit him with an Armor Press for 130 damage. Putting on some big damage on that Lurantis. See what our 2 prizes are. Okay, we got an N and a Choice Band. So 2 pretty good cards. We have a Draw Supporter, so we don't have the Lele here. We can probably Ultra Ball for Garbotoxin or Wimpod. Wimpod seems to be the best play because we don't have another Golisopod going. I don't know if my opponent can knock me out this turn. He would need quite a bit of cards, so I think our Golisopod is going to live here. Maybe. I mean, Horn Attack's doing what, 80 damage, so it's not like he is KOing me. And we are going to see an end for my opponent, which, I mean, it's not the end of the world. We'll see what this end gives me. Praying we get the Wimpod or another Garb would be nice. Okay, that works too. We got Koko. DCE, we can put that on Lele. We see a Wimpod come down. Looks like my opponent plays Golisopod himself, which could be interesting to be up against. There's Garbotoxin. Okay. Seems good. We'll put that in play right now. We can knock him out Crossing Cut too, I just realized. And we'll DCE the Lele. I mean, could go Flying Flip, but no point. I think it's better just DC Lele, charge up Lele, threaten him. You know, if he has energy on him, we can maybe take a knockout with Lele down the road. And we'll end him here to 4. And hey, look at that. We got Wimpod and Trubbish. Now, the question is, do I play both down or do I keep the bench spot open for Lele? The only problem is we can't use it because we got Garbotoxin to play. But I might put Lele down. But I might keep it open in case he Field Blowers me. But it looks like we're going to get knocked out soon anyway, so I don't really mind losing that. But we can use Crossing Cut here, knock out this Bulu, and we promote our Koko, and now we're really in a good spot. We can't win the game next turn. There's no way we can do enough damage to even knock out a Lurantis GX. Lele can't do enough. Golisopod can't do enough. So it looks like my opponent's going to take a few turns here. But really, it's all down to when we get Field Blower Guzma. We can Lele for Guzma. Just knock out Lurantis if he ever retreats it. So it's not like my opponent's in like a really good spot. He's played quite a few items too. Count them up. I think it's like, what, 120, 140 damage with Garb. So even Garb's in a position where he might be taking out Lurantis with a Choice Band and 1 Hitsu. Pardon me, we see a Sycamore in what, 3 DCEs? I mean, I've seen weirder. I guess he plays, yeah, I guess he's using it for Golisopod. I don't know about 3 though, seems a little weird. But we see a baby Golisopod going down, so it looks like he's playing Golisopod with Resolute Claws, which is kind of a threat. We're only taking 1 prize on it. And he can really put a lot of pressure on us. Plus we find Field Blower. We could even lose Golisopod with a full HP, which is not fun, so we might have to watch out for that. But we are able to grab another Golly here. Obviously, I think it's better if we just switch out into the non-damage Golisopod, obviously, because we're probably going to get knocked out with Resolute Claws next turn if my opponent finds an energy in like a switching card. And yeah, we'll hit him for 120. We got a DCE, so we can do that. If worse comes to worse, we can always energy drive the Golisopod, knock it out. Garbotoxin's in play too, right? So it's like, oh, never mind, no, it's not. Not the end of the world, though. At least now we have Lele, so basically we win the game here next turn. If he knocks something out. If not, we can keep our hand and just wait for him to take out something, because, I mean, Lele can probably knock out Lurantis at this point with the amount of energy. Golisopods can. We have a DC to knock it out with Armor Press. Yeah, it's looking good. So we're going to see the grass go on to Golisopod. Are we going to see a knockout this turn? If we do, this is a good thing because we got Lele for a Guzma. And yeah, looks like we are going to see one of my Pokemon go down, which is good. So now my opponent is basically screwed himself over. He got rid of Garbotoxin, and of course we have Guzma. The question is it in the deck? We have 2 in the discard. 1 is either prized or in the deck, so hoping it's not prized. I mean, if it is, not the end of the world. We're still in a really dominant position. So let's see. Okay, so we got Guzma in the deck, and it looks like, folks, we are about to wrap up game number 2 against the Lurantis Bulu Golisopod deck. Very interesting deck, you know, grass box, I guess as you want to call it. And you can see, before we even get a knockout, rip me. But it's all good, we're going to be able to get some prizes here. Maybe we can get another 149 coins, that'd be great. 49. I know they have increased ladders for, I think, August 27th, which is in, well, the time of recording this is August 21st, so like, in like 6 days, so you basically got a full week of extra coins, which is pretty lit. So make sure you guys play this game and get those coins. And we're close to Burning Shadows. Looks like one more win, so I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, guys, here we go. We're gonna get another match in. Might be the last game, depending on how good it is. It's gonna be like the first game. My opponent loses and then concedes. It looks like we're up against the same guy, Kane. Wow. I mean, I did record this at like what, midnight, so it's like really late. I guess not many people are online. Even though I'm looking at my friends list right now, there's quite a few people online. That's cool though. Looks like he switched up his deck. He's probably playing Garb Drampa or Garb Espeon. But that's fine. I think we can still try and win. Hoping it's not Drampa Garb because, you know, obviously we rely super heavy on energy. Special energy. But we do have our special charge, so. And grass, so we'll see. We do get a really good starter here. We got the perfect starter and we got the 2 Pokemon on our bench early on, which is good. So yeah, yep. Looks like it's a Garb deck. Could be Garb Noivern again, but I doubt it because I did not see any Dragon types, so yeah. We're going to see a Lysander on Wimpod. I mean, either Pokemon would have been fine because we had Float to retreat our Trubbish, but we have Wimp out. Don't know why he didn't bring out Trubbish, unless he's scared of Acid Spray. Still weird, though. Alright, so we'll retreat, and I think since he didn't do anything, I'm just going to go Skyla for Sycamore here. We're not technically losing any items, we can attach them, so that's fine. Plus we can get a really nice turn 2 Garbotoxin off, which really hurt him, because now he's going to be able to not be able to Lele, and whatever other shenanigans my opponent's got cooking up. He might play Espeon, so if he is, then that's going to hurt him even more, so we'll see. It's fine. Obviously, I don't want to end him because, you know, he didn't do any supporters. Seems like his hand's dead right now, so I'm fine with just grabbing Professor Sycamore. Maybe my opponent could get his revenge on me. We might lose this game. You never know. If we lose the match, then rip us. My opponent got his revenge. So that'll be interesting to see happen. We'll see, though. And ideally, we're probably going to want to get a quick knockout with Golisopod. One of the reasons why it's so good is you can get a nice quick knockout with Golisopod early game against something like a Trubbish, or like Beldum, or Ralts, Vulpix, even something as little as Charge-a-Bug or Grubbin would be really nice too, so you can see why the early game Golisopods can be so deadly. Looks like my opponent isn't really doing anything. I guess he's thinking hard about his play here, or he's AFK. It's probably AFK, yeah. Looks like he's just not playing. Hopefully he isn't going to be AFK the entire match, so we'll see. We can put our 2 tools down, plus we drew a really good card, so that's nice. So hopefully we can get a knockout with Golisopod here, that'd be great. Oh, we whiffed energy. Rip. Okay, so guys, we did whiff energy, but it is all good. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not the end of the world. We'll get rid of Brigette and Lele, I guess, or Acerola, sorry. Grabbing Golisopod, might as well thin out the deck a bit. Looks like we still have a few supporters in the deck. We still got a few Sickas. Our ends are still in the deck. My opponent can also end me too, so it's fine. We did whiff energy, but it's all good. Even if I hit Rainbow, it still would have been weird. If he plays Drampa, Rainbow Energy isn't the best card I want to draw into. I'd rather draw into Grass Energy. It still kind of sucks, but we gotta move on. Gotta move on. We'll see if my opponent's still AFK or not. I mean, if he's AFK, then good for me. But if he ain't, then, you know, rip Team 10. So we are going to see Drampa, which, yep, confirms it is Drampa Garb. Drampa's still scary, plus he's playing pre-rotation, confirming the Lysander, so my opponent has a bit of an advantage over us with the Drampa spam and the Lysanders and Via Seekers. He's going to bring out Wimpod. Okay, that's cool. Don't think he's going to knock me out this turn either. It might be better just to flying flip him here, and maybe try to set up a KO with first impression with a choice band. So we don't have to do, like, crossing cut. Okay, we got DCE. Unfortunately, we can't attack him with Garbodor or Golisopod. We can hit him with Lele for 40, but not knocking anything out. I'd rather flying flip. It technically sets up Berserk, but I'm cool with that. This puts 20 damage on Garbs, which then we can use Armor Press to knock him out. I kind of like that a little more. Kind of walks into Berserk, but I'm fine with that. I can soften Drampa up already as it is, but maybe we can walk into a play where we can take him out with, you know, Armor Press instead of First Impression, which is pretty good. He is going to retreat into Drampa, and we are going to lose our DCE, so it looks like we're going to have to try and draw into something here. We discard Golisopod, and I guess we just pass. Just keep Koko in the active, keep it sponging hits. I mean, it kind of did its job. It put damage on Drampa, and it also kind of put Garb into a range where we one-shot it with Armor Press over First Impression. Best case scenario, we draw into Field Blower, or he Field Blowers me, so we can get rid of this float, and then we can drop Lele, get an N or something. We'll see though what happens. We do need to find a Grass Energy here so that we can, you know, not walk into Righteous Edge. But again, he does have Berserk, but the cool thing is, Berserk only caps at 180 damage with the Choice Band. Golisopod has more HP. That's nice. Even if he found Professor, I think Professor Kyuki wouldn't even knock me out, so Golisopod cannot be one-shotted by Drampa unless we put a float, or not float, Rainbow Energy on. We do see Sycamore. He is going to lose a few items, which also walks into a Trash Lanch knockout, because Garb 160 HP, or 120, sorry, we're doing 60, 120, do the math, knocked him out, yeah, seems good. Koko's going to go down. He's putting a lot of pressure on us now. He's putting us in a position where we desperately need to find an energy or a supporter to really start to come back. Hey, probably the supporter I wasn't looking for. Would have preferred N there because, you know, he's got a big hand of 7, but I'll take it. We desperately needed that because, again, he's putting so much pressure on with Drampa. I'm going to put Lele down just so we have another attacker here. I don't want to discard Choice Band either, right? So, and okay, we got Rainbow. I was hoping we weren't going to whiff an energy there. It almost looked like it for a sec, so that's good. We can put Trubbish down. We can Rainbow the Golisopod. And yeah, we can swing him for 150. Unfortunately, Drampa survives with 10 HP. But if we can ever do Flying Flip again with our Rescue Stretcher, maybe Drampa could be a nice pick for later. Doubt he's going to keep it active. He might retreat and Trash Lanch me. We are going to see Ultra Ball here. See what my opponent gets. Maybe another Drampa. I'm assuming he's going to want to try and retreat Drampa, because obviously he won't want Drampa to be in the active spot. And he gets rid of Garbotoxin, but hey, you know what? It's another item. Oh no, he's only played 2, never mind. Oh no, now he's played 3 with the Ultra Ball. Never mind. I thought he played 3 for some reason earlier on, but no, it looks like he's only played 3 just now. So yeah, it looks like he's grabbing Drampa. He's probably going to go into it. The smartest play he could do at this point, because we're going to knock out the active with just First Impression without even retreating or anything. But this puts me in a spot where if I don't find a Grass Energy, we're in trouble, because he's going to set up a Berserk soon, and not to mention, he's got access to Berserk, two-shotting me, and Righteous Edge, making it so that I won't be able to Rainbow Energy DCE crossing cut. So we're kind of in a desperate spot here. We can grab Garb. I don't know how many items I played at this point. Let me check. Okay, 60, so it's kind of even. So that's fine. We're evening itself out. Plus we still have our tools in play. And alright, sweet. We actually hit the Grass Energy. The only problem here is we're not doing a lot of damage. However, we do knock him out next turn with Crossing Cut. So that's not too bad. So that's fine, actually. At least we're doing the Grass. Even if we got the Rainbow, I probably would have played it down on the bench and then Guzma next turn. And then, I don't know, knocked out the active or something. I don't know. We'll random plays, but it's all good. We got the Grass, so we don't have to worry about being in that kind of reality where that actually happened. So, yeah, we can set up a knockout next turn. And Golisopod is kind of tanky, too. Berserk might be a little short. We Field Blower the Choice Band off. He might be a little short of even knocking out Berserk. And we're going to be taking 4 prizes pretty quickly, it looks like. So, yeah, question is, do I do Field Blower, though, and get rid of the Choice Band now or later? It doesn't matter. I think we get rid of it after we knock this thing out. Unfortunately, even with Choice Band... oh, no, actually, we know we can knock him with Armor Press, too. That's cool. Alright, so... Oh, he's going to end me. Still think I'll find DC. We still have all of them in the deck. We could knock him with Armor Press with Choice Band, so yeah, it looks like Drampa's going to go into Armor Press, and then we can keep Crossing Cut to finish off a Lele. Ooh, we didn't hit we didn't hit our thing, but that's cool. We're gonna see a second Trubbish go down, or third, sorry. But it's fine at this point. Garbodor's not really putting too much pressure on. It's only doing 60 at most right now. And might just edge for measly 20 damage. And hey, we target DC. Look at that. We don't even have to end it for it. I'm probably gonna end him anyways this turn. I still need to find some other resources. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I think it's better just to end him. Just keep trying to draw into stuff just in case. Because we're gonna lose DC next turn, right? Question is though, do I armor press or do I cross and cut? I don't know, because if I go cross and cut here, I mean, it's better obviously armor press, but here's the thing. The reason I'm doing this, Drampa's gonna knock me out with the DCE. Not to mention, he's only played one Field Blower. The odds of him drawing into it are super high. I don't want to be in a position where I get knocked out by Drampa. So, I don't want to lose my Grass Energy attacker right now, so I think that was a better play. Maybe I wasted it, maybe I didn't, but again, I don't want to keep Golisopod in the active spot and risk being knocked out. I'm going to play it safe. Plus, we set up a first impression KO too. Maybe it was better to armor press him there, but again, I want to keep my Golisopod safe from being knocked out. Even though it would have been 20 less damage, it still is kind of scary. Because we already got 50 damage on us, so it's not like we have like a million HP, you know what I mean? So we only have 160 HP, so it would have been easy for him. But he actually just straight up concedes the match. My opponent just gave up, but I think that'll wrap up today's video. We showed off the Golisopod deck nicely. We got Garbotoxin in effect, probably slowed him down. And what's also cool is we're able to afford a Burning Shadows pack. And oh my goodness, folks. We're literally one versus point off of another Burning Shadows pack. That is super sad. Looks like we're only going to get the one for today. I could find another match, but I think we'll wrap up the video. We got 3 pretty nice games and showing off how deadly this deck can be. So, that's cool. Plus, we beat a Garbodor deck. Seems good. Feels good, you know? So, let's open up a Burning Shadows pack. Praying we pull Golisopod, Choice Band, Garbodor, Rest Stretcher, Super Scoop Up. Anything that I really want. So, we got 2 rares, so are we going to get a GX? We do. We got Machamp. Alright, I'll take it. I mean, not ideal. Obviously, it's one of the worst GXs in the set, but I still think it's pretty good. So, I'll take Machamp. We gotta Beware. I might make a Beware video really soon. Seems like a pretty fun rogue idea to play. So that's pretty good. We're going to go back to the Garbodor Golisopod deck, and we're going to take another look at it and wrap up the video. We got Machamp, so I'm feeling satisfied. We got 3 nice, easy victories in, some pretty good games in, and, you know, we also got some pretty good stuff going with the pull from the pack. So it was a pretty successful video. Today was a productive damn day, as Negan would say. So yeah, the Golisopod Garbodor deck, such a fun deck. Probably my favorite, honestly, probably my favorite deck right now. It's pretty cool. I like when rogue decks win. It's no Mega Audino, but hey, it's still good. Got 2nd place. I'll take it any day of the week over Drampa winning. At least it puts Garbodor in a new light. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you've enjoyed, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more PTCGO content. Help me on the road to hitting 2,000 subscribers. I don't know if we can hit 2K by the end of the summer. It's seeming unlikely. We only got, what, 10 days left, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Shout out to Golisopod for doing well. And I'll see you guys on another PTCGO video. Peace out. Have a good day.